Hey, I'm gonna try and do a little walk and talk here. I'm Jeff, Not Dead Yet Adventures. I'm in Japan. I just left, where is it? Right there. I just left a grocery store, coffee shop. And this is like I don't know what the tower is, but they're doing some work on it. Anyway, it's dark. I want to kind of go through my whole, it's been 2 weeks ago now, I think, but I had this epic week planned and it turned out to be a disaster. Total disaster. And hopefully I get home or back to the hotel before this rain hits. We'll see. Waiting to cross the street. But we'll see what happens. So the plan was, I was in Dubai and I found a really cheap flight from Dubai, or from Abu Dhabi to Bangkok. I was going to spend about 2.5 days there, 2 days there, one night. Go from Abu Dhabi to Bangkok, then Bangkok to Manila, spend some time with a friend, run around Angeles City a little bit, and then get some tacos, Taco Tuesday. Yeah, this rain's coming. Hold on. Okay, I got my umbrella at the ready. But so the plan was fun. The plan was exciting. The plan was audacious. The plan was bold. And it all went to shit. So I get to the airport in Abu Dhabi. And I'm trying to remember the exact days and stuff, and it's all just a blur. And that'll become really clear in a few minutes why, but it's all just a blur. Have these really strong memories of moments, but so much of it just faded away. So much of it just faded away. So I get to the airport in Abu Dhabi and I can't get on the flight. Evidently Expedia didn't pay the airline. The airline tells me I've got 5 minutes to rebook my flight or you're not flying. And they're like, tough. They didn't really care. So I didn't make the flight. I'm sitting there trying to scramble around, figure out what to do. I can't find anything I can get back on. There was like a half dozen flights available, but I couldn't get any of them booked. They wouldn't let me pay in cash. They wouldn't let me pay with a credit card. They wouldn't let me. It was just so frustrating. Right? So it's midnight, 1 o'clock. What do? I can't find a place in Abu Dhabi, so I jump up the last bus, I think. I don't know. But I find a bus, jump the bus to Dubai, go right back to the hotel I just left, go to check in. They can't check me in because it's after midnight. They have no rooms available. So I go online, no rooms available. So I call Hilton and they're like, oh yeah, they've got plenty of rooms. Let me book you one. Has something to do with the clock. And after midnight's the next day, so they can't book you. Just a total hassle. But the lesson learned is, if it's after midnight, call the hotel directly or just show up and, cross your fingers. But a lot of systems won't let you book last minute after midnight for that night. It's just the way it is. And you just got to go handle it in person. Major flaw in computer programs for hotels. So I booked for that night and then 2 more days. And then I'm sitting there trying to sort out what to do. So flight prices are skyrocketing. I missed my friend in Bangkok. I missed the hotel stay in Bangkok. Super pissed about that. I've been looking forward to that for so long. And I just wanted to sit by the pool, drink coconuts, and relax. Hang out with a friend of mine. Just have some quiet time. And it all went to shit. So the best plan ended up just going straight to Manila. So I went to Manila, caught the bus to Angeles, flew into Terminal 3, so it was a little easier than I expected. Pretty happy about that. Just jumped the bus up there, spent a few nights at Scorebirds, mostly for old time's sake, right? Didn't do much other than go out and drink, spend time with a good friend of mine. He had an event don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it, but it was great to see him. And there was another guy in Angeles. The last time I saw him, we were chopping it up at this bar. So I'm walking down the street. I eat Poppies. This is a long time ago. I eat Poppies. I'm walking down the street and I realize I'm yelling in this neighborhood. So I'm walking down the street and these guys yell at me, and I look in. I know one of them. I kind of know another one. So I'm like, okay, let me get in there, right? I get a beer, and we are just mad, talking shit to each other. And so I see this guy again this time, and he's like, oh man, yeah, everybody thought I hated you. I'm like, what? No, and we're all like hugs and, you know, good to see you. Like, I had so much fun with him. And yeah, we disagree on a lot of shit, but he's just a fun guy to hang out with. Has thick skin, doesn't take anything personal, doesn't take anything he shouldn't personal. You know, I wouldn't want to fight the guy, but, you know, I wouldn't do anything to overtly piss him off, but we had so much fun just like shit talking. I think it's just because we're both adults, raised at that time in the world when, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but, you know, words will never hurt me. Now, betrayal, that's a different story. Betrayal hurts. But random words from a random person takes a lot of that to really be effective, right? But anyway, so I bounced out of there, flipped to Tokyo. I had a free night award. So I dropped into the Conrad in Tokyo. An amazing, like, beyond belief amazing property, and I think I'm lost. Maybe. I know I can't really ever get lost in Japan because you just keep walking and eventually you get there. So I think I'm going this way. That's a little mini mart. Gotta wait for the light every time in Japan. But I'm pretty sure it's been a while since I've walked this. I used to come down here all the time. Let me try not to get hit by this car. So that was, well, let's go back to Angeles. So I did all the fun things in Angeles. I sat at the rail in Kokomo. I had a beer. I people watched. I went to Envy. It's not Envy anymore. It's some hammer club. It didn't look fun, so I kept walking. Went to Tequila Reef for the first time. Had some breakfast, had some eggs in Ticino. It was amazing, it was perfect. And then I had this breakfast, we call it fajita, breakfast fajita. Holy smokes, was that super. That was just, if you're going to Tequila Reef, that breakfast fajita is just off the chart. And the service there was great. So, good times. Sat at the rail there, went to a bunch of clubs. I did throw some balls. I did not pull the rope. I didn't get down there to Subic, go see Simba or any of the fun times down there. And I didn't ring the bell. But I did throw some balls. It's always fun to throw some balls. And here's the kicker. If you're sitting at one of these bars and you're trying to get a girl's attention, especially if she's faced the other way, just throw a whole bunch of balls on the other side of the room, too far for her to run for them, and then she'll be sitting there looking at you like, what? And you just buy her a drink and she's happy. And you're happy. And chat it up and see what happens, right? But she laughed when I told her that's why I threw the balls. But money well spent. And good time was had. So, what else did I do in Angeles City? I went to SM Clark. Oh, this place is crazy. Got yelled at by trike drivers, by taxi drivers. I'm in SM Clark. I'm trying to work my phone, trying to figure out a schedule. And this lady comes up and she's just yelling at me, taxi. First she starts over there, then she's over there. Then she sees me working my phone. And she like comes up and she's circling me, taxi, taxi. And there's no one else around. There's all these other people walking by. But because I'm the one guy trying to be left alone, she's got to harass me. And finally I said, no, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Want anything to drink? I got it all. And she just would not leave me alone to save anything. I don't see a button to push. Here we come. Yellow light over there. Boom, boom. Green light in front of me. Yes. So she wouldn't leave me alone. And I just kept getting louder and louder. But sir, I'm trying to help. Sir, I'm trying to help. No, you're just interrupting me. Go the hell away. And so it reaffirmed everything I don't like about the Philippines. You know, everywhere I go in the Philippines, somebody's yelling at me. And some people are numb to it. Some people are immune to it. You know, I don't know if it's the manners I was raised with, that, you know, when somebody addresses you, you address them back. Or if it's just, I don't like being yelled at. I don't know. But, you know, that was just off the chart crazy. And I just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And finally, a security guard took her by the arm and drug her away. Because she wasn't, I'm like, leave me alone. Can you just leave me alone? Can you just leave me alone? Can you leave me alone? And just no, I can't. No, I can't. I'm here to help you. No, I'm here to help you. It's like, just go away. So that part of the Philippines hasn't changed. You know, and it's the same thing at Manila. You know, you're sitting there at the airport. Taxi, taxi, you're trying to look at your phone. Taxi, trying to count your money. Taxi, you know. And the sad thing is, I've covered this before, but the reason they do that is it works, right? Because some idiot's going to go, oh, okay, yeah, I need a taxi. And they're going to get in the taxi with that person and get ripped off and then go home and complain about it. Because they do just rip you off. In fact, when I was catching the bus back from SM Clark, the guy came up and he's talking to me and he's like, hey, you know, what's going on with these taxis? And I'm like, just walk away from them all. Just leave them alone. And he's like, well, this one just wanted 15,000 pesos to take me, you know, over to this hotel. And I'm like, 15,000? That's not even 150, maybe 150 pesos. And he's like, no, he wanted 15,000. I'm like, you didn't pay it, did you? He's like, no, I didn't pay it. I'm like, good, just walk. You're close enough, you can just walk to that hotel. And, you know, he ordered a Grab or something. But, yeah, because he came back and told me the Grab was under 200 pesos. So, just be aware, you know, if you're going anywhere in those places, just ignore those people. And it's hard for me because, like I said, somebody says something to me, I'm inclined to address them, acknowledge them, whatever. But, yeah. So I got to Japan totally exhausted because I got to the airport at like 10:30. My flight was at 12:30. Get on the plane. Hardly ever slept. Got to Tokyo. Get off at Tokyo at like 8 a.m. I fuss around, get some breakfast. Catch the train into town. And I still had to book a hotel for that first night, so found a Starbucks, booked a hotel. It was funny on the train though, I kept nodding off and falling asleep. And this gentleman was so nice and polite. I felt so bad. I fell on him like 3 times. And, you know, he was just the kindest gentleman, you know. And he wakes me up, you know, he taps me and I'm kind of like half in, half out of awake. And he's like, what's your stop? Because he saw me checking all the time. And he's like, we're there. I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. I got up, jumped off that train, got on the next one, got the Starbucks, booked a hotel, laid down and went to sleep. So between Abu Dhabi and Tokyo, I was averaging maybe 3 nights, 3 hours a night, and, you know, maybe 3 hours a night. Because the problem is I go out, have fun, I get back to the hotel room, I start doing things, I start getting busy. Wow, it's really dark here. And, I just lose track of time. And then I'm up in the morning and out doing things. So I was just a total zombie by the time I got to Tokyo. But I crashed in that first hotel, checked into the Conrad. Oh my jeez. Conrad's perfect. I mean, I could nitpick some little things I had issues with there, but the staff made up for everything. The staff there is so nice, so polite, so helpful. Lives up to the name Conrad and some. It's like lately, every really nice hotel I've been to, they've been exceeding expectations, which after you've been to a dozen, 4-star, 5-star hotels, whatever you want to call them, exceeding expectations is a real challenge. But Dubai was just fabulous as far as customer service and people and ease. They just make everything easy for you. And it was just incredible. And then I get to Tokyo and it's like that next level. And you're just like, wow. And I bounced around Shimbashi a little bit. Now I'm up in Akabane. Found a cheap place to lay my head for a while and save some money. So I just ate dinner. I put up a little clip of that, but I'm stuffed still. After dinner, I went to Starbucks, had a 1 black coffee, and I'm still just stuffed from, I think it was $4 or $5, $7, $8, $9, $10 dinner, sushi, and I'm just stuffed. So life was good in Japan. I didn't eat anything all day, so I was kind of hungry and didn't realize it. But I'm getting back into the vivacious zone of the vibrant zone of Akabane. So I'm gonna put the camera down, get some cold water, and go to bed. Hope y'all had a great day. Whatever's going on in the world, a lot of doom and gloom. Nepal, France, Japan, even having government turmoil. And then we all know what happened in America. So with all that doom and gloom, just look around. Don't count your blessings. I'm not a big believer in counting your blessings, but appreciate them. Look to your friends, look to your family, look to the people you trust. And just, remember the future's bright. And all this doom and gloom and nastiness, it's cyclic. And the more you feed into it, the more it'll grow, the more it'll happen. The best thing to do is just, make adjustments to your life to promote more happiness and more things like that in your life. You can't just not change. You need to change a little. You need to do something different today so you'll have a different tomorrow. But at the same time, don't go down the rabbit hole in so much of this stuff. It's really not helping you. If you really want to help yourself and help your community, help your state, help your country, but more importantly, help yourself, look at something small you can do differently tomorrow and do it differently every tomorrow that will make you live longer, make you happier, increase your productivity. Do something positive for yourself. What changes can you make to yourself that will impact you in a positive nature? And that's really what we should be focusing on. A lot of people are not going to be here tomorrow. They're not going to have that opportunity. But you will, and you do. So by squandering it, you're kind of saying F you to all those people who are gone, right? When you squander your opportunities, you're kind of saying F you to all those people who don't have that opportunity tomorrow. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow, get some coffee, and even if I'm not happy, I'm going to walk around and smile all damn day. Try it. See what happens.